I'm Ray Balzer with AimPro Billiards. We're excited to release Cut Angle Challenge 101, a unique pool game. Newsflash, we've released version 2.0 with many improvements. Here's the important one to know right away. The game is available as a standalone download, and you can try it out for as little as $2. More details later in the video. Now, let's continue with a description of the more important game features. Our AimRight practice tool helps you on the table. This game helps you away from the table. Together, they are sensational, unique, and unmatched. Whether you're an aspiring player or a team captain looking for an edge, you've come to the right place to develop and solidify game fundamentals. Or if you just want a challenging pool shooting game, this will deliver beyond your imagining. It will humble the player who claims aiming is easy. The game is designed to be fun and challenging, yet educational. Because it's educational, it's narrowly focused. It's like in school, where you learn arithmetic before algebra. Here, we're only focused on direct shot making, no banks or caroms or kicks. More specifically, focused on aiming and shot speed. And it's simplified to not have throw, cling, spin, or other such complications. Because it's in a fun game format, there are no drills. You'll see the table and shot in 3D from a player's perspective. All shots are makeable and are set exactly to specific angles. Then it's like multiple choice to select the correct aim and angle to make the shot. This is the best way to learn them. The game is a progressive challenge of your aiming and angle recognition skill, and with enough playtime, you can learn angles, aim, speed, even stroke, and more. And like other games, there's scoring. Not just won lost, but percentages and runs, points and levels, and error tendencies. And compare your results to others. Let's take a look. We'll check out the statistics later. First, the game. We play versions of 8, 9, and 10 ball. The break shot is just for fun and just serves to start each rack in a traditional manner and to set up for different shots each time. After that, you're given one chance at each ball. You won't get stuck on one ball or game. Each level will have a controlled number of shots, and the variety will help you learn. Here's the meat of the game. You're given the shot, the target ball and pocket, or an 8-ball. You can choose between two shots. Now, what is the right aim or angle to make the shot? What's the right speed? How sure are you? How difficult is the shot? Should you call a safety? Let's discuss these. The angles themselves are based on ball hit fractions. Quarters, then eighths, then sixteenths, and then 30-seconds. So, what is the right aim or angle? It's exactly one of those offered. You can adjust the aim and learn what the angle is, or you can estimate and select the angle and see how it looks. With any aim selection, the corresponding cut angle value is displayed. So initially, most players will adjust the aim until it looks right, and you'll see what the angle is. In time, you'll start to judge angles with increasing accuracy. At some point, you will start reversing the aiming method and estimate the angle value, and then go directly to aiming at that angle, and then double check yourself by checking if the shot looks right. This can happen without any study or conscious effort, but just happens automatically as a result of spending time playing the game. You can look at the shot from the traditional vantage points, standing behind the shot, being down on the shot, or from other perspectives, like you get from walking around the table. The view of the target ball to pocket, the pocket back to the ball, and the view standing back further along your aim line. Note that these views also allow students of the diamonds and of my table geometry approach to calculate the cut angle. The final view before shooting is to address the ball and be down low looking at the shot picture from there. If it looks wrong or the speed is wrong, you can change them both, but you must stand up to change aim or speed. This is because the game is teaching you the proper approach to the pre-shot routine. If you change your mind about the shot, aim or speed in this case, you must stand up and reset. And you learn the aim and sight picture both standing and down on the shot. Further, the game itself knows how to correctly aim whatever angle you select, and it does it perfectly. So you can just observe the sight picture for any cut angle. This can help you learn to aim. You learn the aim for each cut angle. Then identify the cut angle of a shot, and you know the aim for it. Wait, you might be objecting. There are an infinite number of cut angles. How can learning this limited number of angles and their aims help in a real game? It helps because there's a margin of error because of pocket size. For expert play, tighter pockets or long-distance shots, 32 cut angles are needed. But for the average player, on average tables, and when the ball is reasonably close, half-table shots, 16 cut angles are enough for very competent play. You just use the aim for the cut angle you've learned that's closest to the angle you estimate. If halfway between, use the thinner cut angle. The game is progressive. The game has up to 25 named levels. Wow! Anyways, being progressive makes it work for players of vastly different skill levels and supports you as your play improves. Either start at the lowest level or go directly to a more difficult level of your choosing. The number of angles are increased every 3 levels. Within each set of 3, it starts easy and then gets harder. First, it's 9-ball, with only half-table shots just into corner pockets. Then the next game is 8-ball, and you add side pockets in and somewhat longer cue ball distances. And then in 10-ball, you add much more variation in ball distances. Both far and very near distances are more challenging. Then on to the next set of 3 games, and the number of cut angles is increasing. By the end, you will be faced with unbelievably difficult shots, but always makeable. By being progressive this way, the game is introducing new challenges in steps, and this allows you to learn in steps. Licensing can be done incrementally to match your skill development. As I said, we use the most popular games, 8, 9, and 10-ball, for the 3-game set. We play different games for the variety and for fun. We partially follow the rules for those games. A big difference is that scratches don't count against you. That's because this game is primarily about judging angles and speed. Some racks only use corner pockets to simplify learning at that level, so an obvious side pocket target is skipped. But other times, we give you such unusual shots because this is a shooting challenge game, and we're going to give you a wide variety of shots to judge. Now, let's make the game more interesting and more realistic. So even if you know the exact cut angle, you can still miss because of speed errors or a jerky stroke. When you shoot, the game simulates real problems with your setup and stroke. So you have to consider your odds of actually making a shot and consider playing a safety. As you get better and move to higher level play, your stroke gets smoother and slower, and as a result, your stroke accuracy improves. Accuracy can be improved by shooting at pocket speed and using warm-up strokes which reflect your patience and your care in your pre-shot routine. So the game tries to lead you to good habits in multiple ways that will benefit your real pool game. To help get you an easier start, you can shoot right away with good form, what we call an A+ stroke. It's best for initial learning, but you get less points this way. Then, when you're ready, switch to progressive stroke skill. It gives more challenge and gives you more points per shot made. The challenge is that your stroke skill isn't so good and forces more pre-shot care and safety play. The bigger optional challenge is to shoot with a shot clock. Again, the reason is to challenge yourself with the stress of a timer, and you can earn many more points. This also unlocks unlimited gameplay and points, if you're good enough. There's one extension per rack. The shot clock itself is also progressive, and at higher levels demands extreme focus and skill. You need to be intuitive, decisive, and fast. The timer is just on aim and speed selection. Once down on the shot, relax and do your warm-up strokes as needed. And when you're in the middle of a game and have to stop to eat, between racks you can suspend the game, turn off the computer, and resume it later. Or you can quit immediately with the escape key on your keyboard. Game mechanics are easy. Just click a button, move a slider, or tap a key. No awkward mouse movements required to shoot. And the shot speed knowledge you gain can transfer to real pool. The game gives you many ways to measure your performance, so you can strive for measurable improvement and give you solid results to brag about to your friends. Of course, we start with your Rack 1 last results and your points score. You can get points for shot making and for selecting the correct angle. Then there are bonus points for making the game ball and for a run out including the game ball. You get more points just for surviving into more levels of the game, of course. Beyond that, you get more points per shot at higher levels. And you get more points for shots and angles if you turn on progressive mode and the shot clock. Your shot making and angle selection skill is also tracked. At the end of each rack, you get the makes and misses numbers. At the end of the whole game, you get the percentages. And to help give you insight, you'll get a report about your number of overcuts versus undercuts. Look to make a correction if there's some trend. The game ends when you miss too often. This is tracked by your health score, which is reduced by each miss, unless you play safe. You get bonus health points with each game-winning shot, but these health bonuses are less at higher levels to provide even more challenge. We track your runs of shots made and correct cut angles. You get a running tally on screen during the gameplay. At the end of each rack, you'll get a report of your runs in the rack. Every 3 racks, you get a report on runs within that set of cut angles. At game's end, you get a report of the very longest and best runs in this game and can compare that against your very best runs in prior games. And using your prior game scores, you have a skill rating, both points and a rating letter, and you can output your statistics to an image file for any game you're proud to share. I've shown you the first release of the Windows version of the game. In the future, we may support other platforms. Let me know what you want. Note that smartphones with less computer power and smaller screen size and lesser graphics features may require some game compromises to work within those limitations. The Windows version of the game will be supplied with 2 executables. One is for full screen use. The other is actually a windowed version, offering all the features of Windows. You can resize, move, or expand to full screen. This game is being released in stages. Initially, it will be a limited release, the bundle of the game, our training videos, and an AimRight, purchased directly from AimPro Billiards. Version 2 is available standalone and is downloadable. You can choose either a permanent license or a renewable one. A permanent license at beginner level will cost you only $2. A 3-month expert license will cost you $5. Contact me for current pricing and other options. Do you want challenge? Want challenge that grows as you do? Want to solidify fundamentals, angles, aiming, speed, stroke? Want to actually improve your real pool game? Want to take your time and study each shot? Want to practice table geometry to calculate cut angles? Want to test yourself under time pressure? Want to do this in a fun, fast-paced game environment without too much thinking and no drills? Want your performance tracked? Want to be able to show off your performance to others? The Angles Challenge 101 game and the AimRight are perfect companions. At home, with this game, have pool playing fun, plus learn to judge angles and learn their sight picture, which is their aim, and learn the timing for a good stroke. And then practice recognizing and shooting those same angles on the table using your AimRight and perfect your stroke as well. First, beat your competition at this Angles Challenge, then winning on the pool table comes next. Get yours now.